Let's go, girl. Let's go.
Hey, self-lover, your girl Kyle Shonda here from KyleShonda.com, coming with this week's video. And today I am going to do just a quick update on my weight loss surgery journey. I got my surgery January 10th of 2022. So I am about a year and just over 2 months. A year and a little over 2 months post-op. And overall, I feel great. And I see it posted often in like the weight loss surgery groups that I'm in and the people that I follow who have had it. But my only regret is that I did not do it sooner. So that said, January 10th, 2022, I had my surgery. January 3rd, got my iPad ajar. January 3rd, 2022, I went in for my pre-op testing. And that, when I weighed in on that day, I was at my highest weight. I was 260 pounds. That was the highest that I'd ever, the highest number I'd ever seen on the scale for myself. So the next week, we did the surgery, January 10th, and I weighed in at 253 pounds. My pre-op diet was only for 24 hours, so I didn't have to do, I've heard where people had to do like weeks at a time, where they had to like do a liquid diet and all of that. I just had to do a full liquid diet the day before. And so that was kind of different from everything that I had seen online. But when I went in for surgery, I was 253 pounds. The surgery went well. There was no complications or anything like that. I had the gastric bypass, so I was in the hospital for 2 nights. My clinic for the sleeve, as long as everything goes well, you're only in the hospital 1 night. But for gastric bypass, you were there for 2. So I was there for 2 nights. Nothing really to report about being in the hospital. I was very constipated in the hospital. I had to have an enema while I was there because I wasn't passing gas or anything. And so my stomach was really hard and I was really constipated. But other than that, there was nothing like drastic to report. I came home and post-op was fine. They gave us this book. Do I even have it here? Hold on, I think I got it like right here. They gave it a book and we kind of called it like our food Bible, per se. It's called The Guide to Good Health. It's about how thick it is. And this is everything in it, from everything post-op. And it lets you know like when you can have what, and full liquid diet to regular liquid diet to soft food and purees, and it outlined everything for us. So there was no guesswork to be involved. It let me know the supplements that I needed, like medications over the counter that I couldn't take, and all of that. Everything is in this book, and I had it here because I still refer to it sometimes, even a year out. My biggest change for myself is probably my confidence. I grew up battling low self-esteem for most of my life. I was validated as a kid by my parents, but they didn't really mean a whole lot to me. Then, it does now. It means everything to me now. But then, I was never considered the pretty girl. I was never the most desirable. And then I was overweight, so that didn't help. And so now I feel like, and I think I started getting here before I had the surgery, because I had already started working on my mindset with my therapist. And so I got here before surgery, where for the most part I did not care what people thought. And I think I had to get here before surgery because I realized after I had the surgery that I really did do it for me. Like, my husband he wasn't against me having it, but he didn't feel like I needed to have it. And so, of course, I'm sure that had a lot to do with the fact that it's surgery. But I did it for me. And because I did it for me, the comments, the naysayers, I did a video a couple weeks ago about body shaming and how I'm just not going to put up with it. I don't care what people have to say about my decision because I made the decision for me. I call it my ultimate act of self-love. I loved myself enough to have this surgery that gave me my life back. I no longer have joint pain. My knees were hurting. I was going to physical therapy for my knees. I'm 43. I shouldn't be having all those type of aches and pains. Not yet. I mean, because I don't have any underlying medical conditions. I was also pre-diabetic prior to surgery, and that's gone too. But I'm 43. I'm in pretty good health. Like, I have no medical issues. I got alopecia, but that's an autoimmune disease. But that has nothing to do with like the joint pain I was having in my knees. And yeah, so I don't have any of those pains anymore. None of those aches and pains that came along with me being overweight. But my confidence is probably the biggest game changer for me. I am more outgoing. I'm still an introvert. I'm not a people person. But I am more outgoing and I am putting myself out there more. I am marketing and branding and talking about myself more. Hence this video, this channel. I am more confident in who God has called me to be and in the work that He has assigned for me. I feel like I am in a better head place since losing the weight. And I feel like the weight that I lost was not just physical. I feel like I lost a lot of emotional and spiritual weight that I was carrying and hiding behind the physical weight. Yeah, my confidence is probably the biggest change for me. I am a lot more comfortable with being in front of the camera. I'm a lot more comfortable with myself. Yeah, my confidence is probably the biggest change, the biggest progression for me. What I eat, currently I can eat or drink anything I want in moderation. My stomach, I call her Renee. Renee still does not like carbs. She does not like rice. She's not a huge fan of pasta or bread or even potatoes. I eat those very sparingly just because she don't care for them. I haven't had a dumping episode where I get physically sick if I overeat in a long time, but I get full faster when I eat those types of foods. And because my stomach is already small, I don't eat as many of them because I need that space in my stomach for things that are more nutritious, for my fruits, my veggies, even my seafood and my vegan meats. I don't eat. I follow a pescatarian diet, so I don't eat any meat other than seafood. And so I need to save the space in my stomach for the things that have more nutrients than those carbohydrates that are less nutritious. So, but I can eat pretty much anything I want. I'm still very averse to sugar, so things are still very sweet to me. So I don't eat a lot of sweets. And if I do eat sweets, they have to be like worth my while in order for me to eat them. So even like my morning coffee, I can only do because I drink a sweetened almond milk creamer. I can only do 2 tablespoons of it in my coffee. And otherwise it's just too sweet. When I order my Starbucks drinks, I know I love Starbucks, I always get them with 1 pump of whatever the sweetener is, because more than that, and I can't stomach it. It's just, I don't know, it's not good, so I can't eat it, or I can't drink it. I'm not a huge sweets person anymore. I think sometimes I miss it and I want to be, but I just don't have the capacity for the sugar anymore. I'm a huge watermelon head. I cannot wait till summer when watermelon is back in season. I miss my watermelon. I ate so much watermelon last summer. and I'm really missing it this summer. But as far as my eat and drink, I can pretty much eat or drink anything that I want in moderation. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna lead into my next topic. Even alcohol, I can have alcohol now. I get really high really fast when I drink alcohol, and then I come down really fast. Like, the buzz does not last long at all, and then I'm ready to have another drink. One thing I cannot do is take shots. They burn my stomach, literally like a physical burning sensation, and it's unbearable. So I would have to do like mixed drinks or water my drink down. But I do want to get into my next topic, which is cross addiction.
Let's go.
Working with my therapist, I realized that my cross addiction, and I'm calling it that because no one else will. Like, my therapist doesn't think that I was addicted, but I do. But I think that I developed a cross addiction to alcohol. I started drinking my mixed drinks, and I was chasing that buzz. I felt like I was chasing that buzz. And for a long time, I was kind of functioning alcoholic. In my opinion, this is my opinion. This is not, like, after even talking to my therapist about it, my therapist was like, no, because I was able to stop when I realized it. And I was able to stop immediately and like go cold turkey. And now I drink if I want to. It's not a daily thing like it had become. And so because I was able to stop, that's why she says that I was not an alcoholic per se. I felt like I was, so that's what I feel like my cross addiction had become alcohol. And so I'm very mindful of that now. Even when I like go out to have a drink with my friends or sit at home and have a drink with my husband, I'm very mindful of how much I intake now, because I ain't got time for, like, I didn't give up my food addiction to create another addiction, but it happens a lot in the weight loss surgery community where when you can no longer cope with food. Like, you can't use food to numb, you can't use food as your anti-stress and your anti-stressor anymore, so you develop another addiction that you can handle. And sometimes one of those things is alcohol. Some people start smoking or vaping with, nicotine smoke. Some people start smoking weed. I mean, it's up to you if you think that's an addiction or not. Some people begin shopping, spending money, or overspending money. So if you're thinking about having, a weight loss surgery, I want you to just kind of start Googling what cross addiction is and maybe start bringing that up with your therapist. That's another thing. I do not recommend that anyone have this surgery without a mental health professional, like a team who is working with you. Most insurances require that you have like a consultation. Like, I know my insurance required that I have a consultation with the mental health provider, but they did not require ongoing therapy. I recommend that if you're giving up, when you have this type of surgery, you're basically giving up your food addiction because you can't cope with food like you used to, at least not at the very beginning. And that may be one reason why so many people kind of relapse or gain the weight back, because eventually you can start to gain weight again. And if you have not gotten those triggers under control with the help of, in my opinion, with the help of a mental health provider, then regaining the weight can be inevitable, because those triggers, like, you don't lose the urge to eat. Like, you're still hungry after a while, but you just have to be able to understand why you want to eat. Are you really hungry? Are you thirsty? Or are you trying to cope with something? And I feel like having a mental health professional while you are on this journey just kind of gives you that much. It gives you just that much more room to have success, continued consistent success, and not just the success that comes at the beginning when the weight is falling off. I am at the point in my journey where now my weight loss is pretty much on me. I am down to 160 pounds was my lowest weight, so I have lost at least 100 pounds. My surgeon's goal for me was 170 pounds, so I surpassed that. My personal goal was 160. I just wanted to say that I lost 100 pounds. Like, I wanted to be able to tell myself that. And so now I'm fluctuating between like 163, 167 when I only weigh once a week. And it's been like that for probably about the last couple months. I am still losing inches, so I can tell that in the way my clothes fit, but the scale is not changing. So now I feel like my weight loss is really on me to make sure I maintain my healthy eating habits and that I stay physically active. So yeah, I am looking forward to running my first 5K this summer. That's one of the things on my vision board. That's one of the physical goals that I have for myself. But my weight loss goal I kind of hit already, and now I just kind of want to tone up. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do skin removal surgery. There is skin to be removed in my tummy area. Could be in my arms, but I don't think I'm going to go that far. But there is skin to be removed in my tummy area. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do the skin removal surgery. So it probably will be till 2024. I'm going to give myself some good time working out and running, just to see what my body looks like and see where I am. And if it's something that I decide to do again, it'll be another decision that I make for me. Just another part of my self-love journey. 1 year,
Let's go, girl.
2.25 months out, I'm happy. I am. I'm happy that I decided to do this. I'm happy that it's working for me. I'm happy that I'm making it work for me. I feel good in my body. I feel good in my mind. I feel good in my spirit. And so if it's just something you are considering, don't take the decision lightly, but make sure that you're making the decision for the right reason. And I can't tell you what that right reason is going to be for you, but make sure that you are making the right decision for you. All right? Your girl Kayo Shonda here. I love you. Do something nice for yourself.